So today we're going to be looking at these signs, what they mean, and also inequalities on a line and what they mean. So you need to know these signs as part of your maths specification. So if we start with the first one, this is just quite an easy, very recognisable sign, and this just means equal to. So if we have something on this side, we could have, say, 2x is equal to 4. This sign here means it's not equal to. So if we have a line going through that equals, it means it's not equal to. So if we had, again, the same example, 2x is not equal to 4, we would know that that is impossible. 2x cannot be equal to 4. This one here means less than. So you might have heard people talk about the crocodile mouth. And what they say is the crocodile mouth always points towards the bigger number. So in this one, we might have 4 is less than 7. So you can see here that the crocodile mouth is pointing towards the big number, which is 7. And we always read from left to right. So 4 less than 7. And this one is opposite. So we could have 10 is greater than 2. And that one would work well. Then the only other variation we can have is when they put a line under this sign. And all that means is it's also can be equal to. So we might have something like x is less than or equal to 4. And what that would mean is x could be equal to 4 or it could be less than. So it could be 4, it could be 3, it could be 2, it could be 1, it could be 0. And on this one we could have x is greater than or equal to 3, which would mean x is either equal to 3 or it might be bigger. So it could be 3, could be 4, could be 5, could be 6. We can also use our inequalities and put them on an inequality graph. So this is what we call an inequality graph. And sometimes a question will ask you to state the inequality that's shown on the graph. So a question would state something like the inequality for x is shown on the graph. So it's shown below. State the inequality. So what we're going to do is look here and we can see that this circle is on the 1. So we know there's definitely going to be a 1 and there's definitely going to be an x because we want to say what x is, bigger than, smaller than, etc. Now we look towards the way the arrow is pointing. So the arrow is pointing in this direction. The numbers in this direction are bigger than 1. So we're going to say, well, x is bigger than 1. But then the last thing we need to do is check this circle. If this circle is coloured in, like it is here, it also can be equal to. So the answer for this question will be x is greater than or equal to 1. Another example of a question like this might look more like this. So this time we've got a circle and an arrow, but they're pointing in the other direction. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look at the circle. We can see here that it's pointing, or it starts at -1. So what I'm going to say there is I'm going to write down -1 and we're going to write down an x. Now in this case the arrow is pointing to the left and we can see that the numbers to the left are smaller than the number in the circle, which means x is going to be smaller than -1. And this time our circle is not coloured in, so that means x cannot be equal to -1, so we don't need the line underneath. So in summary, all you need to remember is if we're drawing a graph like that, a nice wide open circle means that it's not equal to. A nice coloured in circle means it can be equal to. And then just look in the direction your arrow is pointing. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. Any questions, pop them in the comments.